Hello, everyone, and welcome to Centennial Sports Arena for CTN coverage of the Section 4 Girls High School Hockey Tournament. Tonight, the Coon Rapids Cardinals take on the White Bear Lake Bears. Joe Young and Jerry Grant with you, ice side. And Jerry, these are two teams who haven't met officially this year, but they did meet in a practice game just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago they had a scrimmage, and according to Coach McKenzie, he said that his team had a little bit of an edge, and Jessica Christopherson was not at that scrimmage. So today is going to be a really close contest as far as I can see it.
Well, Jessica Christopherson is the #1 point scorer in tonight's matchup, but White Bear Lake has several potent
goal scorers. Yeah,
yes.
You want me to tell you about it?
Yes.
I will. They have two kids who have scored over 20 points. Andy Peterson has 23 points coming into today's contest. And Kristen Steiner, she's on the first line. She has 10 goals and 10 assists as well, and she has 20 points. They have a balanced attack. They have great team defense. They skate well. It's a very solid three-line hockey club, and Coon Rapids is going to have to do a really good job today to move on in the playoffs.
And we will probably once again be seeing a low-scoring affair because some very good goaltenders in tonight's game.
Yeah, Jordan Benson is just starting to get on her game. She's outstanding goaltender. She is the difference today as I see it. She has to play a great game. And White Bear Lake has two goaltenders in the top 5 in this section as far as goals against. And today they're going to go with Andy Dupre, and she is a 2.47 goals against average, and she's tough to beat.
So stick in your chair because you don't want to miss the goals. There aren't going to be a whole lot of them, but we'll get this game underway on CTN Sports right after this.
Usually road construction doesn't make the headlines, and who wants to hear about another crime? And does it really matter if a group of school kids are testing the water? But what if this all happened in your neighborhood? What if that road construction is on your street? What if that armed robbery happened at your bank? And what if those kids go to your school and that river runs behind your house? Wouldn't you want to hear about it?
Join me this month for Conversations, where my guests are Chris Helgen. He's a zoology major at Harvard University. And Carrie Rasek. She's the reigning Mrs. Coon Rapids, who'll be going for the title of Mrs. Minnesota International. And John Franks. He turned his hobby of ice carving into his own home-based business. All of these guests on this month's edition of Conversations.
It's my birthday. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I told you, don't be bringing that weak stuff in here. Yeah. Who's the man? Who's the man?
Exercised lately?
Welcome back to Centennial Sports Arena, just seconds away from tip-off between the Bears and the Cardinals. Axelson off the face-off for the Cardinals. And now Rachel tried to get it ahead for Christopherson, but too far. Turned around by Katie Graven. And all the way down for an icing call. We got power now. We got pitch. Take a look at the starting lineups in tonight's game for the Cardinals. Crystal Axelson, along with the senior lineup of Christopherson and Eichten up front. And Kennard at the defense, Benson in the nets, and Rachel Axelson in there as well. Bears moving it around from behind the net. Lisa Kinney tries to get it out. Now ahead to Andy Peterson. Into neutral ice and across the Cardinals blue line. Stuffed up at the blue line, but coming away with it is Peterson. Turn back towards the boards for Kristen Steiner. Now back to the point for Katie Graven. Knocked away. Christofferson to center ice. Loses the puck. Turned back around by Graven. And now Crystal Axelson puts it into the White Bears zone. Cardinals on a line change. Anna Kennard redirects the puck again. And this one's going to be called for an icing. Look at how the Bears started out with Mondo, Peterson, and Steiner up front. Katie Graven and Quinn at the defense. And Dupre, the goaltender, as we mentioned. Andy Dupre, one of the top goaltenders and the backup on this Centennial team. Lynn Gunderson. Lindsay Anderson picks off the pass and gets it to center ice into the zone. She's tied up, put back to neutral ice by Kelly Holland. Rachel Axelson, far boards for Katie Lehman. Lehman into the zone, knocked off her stick, but Snickle is there. Snickle pushes it into the corner, battles with Jackie Foley, but Snickle around the net, tried to stuff. Dupre is there, Snickle gets it back, shot right on Dupre, save into the corner. Coming out of the corner with it is Andrea Gertz. Knocked away from her by Lehman. And eventually taking control is Kelly Holland into neutral ice. Working against Rachel Axelson, shoots, and the Bears will get a change. Lindsay Anderson behind her own net. Cut off by Lisa Kenny. Goes back the other direction. Up the boards for Snickle. Snickle will go back into the corner. Chased by Melissa Mondo. Rachel Axelson to Jackie Lehman. Katie Miller open on the far side. Pass a little behind her. She deflects it into the corner. There first is Katie Graven. Miller tying her up. Gets up the boards. Moved ahead by Lisa Kenny. But stopped at the line by Rachel Axelson. Rachel Michaels in. A shot right on. Dupre the save. She'll cover and we'll have a face-off deep in Bear territory.
Good start by the Cardinals, especially the last two units that are out on the ice. Jenny Snickle had a great shift last time out. She had a good opportunity, and now as you see the Cardinals again have a good opportunity. As you see Coach McKenzie for the White Bear Lake Bears. He said earlier today a couple of keys were definitely to use his team's speed, Joe, finish their breakaway opportunities, and continue to control their defensive zone.
Peterson and Michaels tie up. Peterson kicks it back for Kelly Holland around the net. The Bears come to the neutral zone, 4 strong. Pass a little too far. Lindsay Anderson curls behind her own net, up the boards for Katie Miller. She goes off the boards for Rachel Michaels, who tips it to center ice, and she races to it, keeps the puck away from Holland, but now taken away by Andy Peterson. Far side, getting there first is Melissa Mondo. Back out front for Peterson. She had trouble. Mondo shoots the rebound and a goal for Andy Peterson.
Yeah, unfortunately, another thing that was a problem last couple times out for the Cardinals, and it's one of the keys for the game for them, is they need to support Jordan Benson defensively. One shot is what they want. They don't want the rebounds to get out there. And as you see, Mondo was able to get to that rebound, Joe, on the second try. They were able to get it in on the short side. And Jordan, and they need to do a good job getting that puck out of the crease area because Jordan can make the first save.
So the Cardinals down just 3 minutes into the game. Christofferson off the faceoff into the White Bear zone. Going wide against Allison Quinn into the corner. Tried to get it back to Crystal Axelson, but coming away with it is Andrea Gertz. Savannah Voss pulls it away, and both she and Sarah Zollers lose their sticks. Christofferson circles into the neutral zone. 2-on-1 for the Cardinals. Played into the corner by Katie Graven. Graven turning behind her own net, cut off by Savannah Voss, moves it up the board for Zollers. Christofferson knocks it off her stick, back into the zone. Allison Quinn moving it ahead, and a nice move by Hillary Bolger. She's to center ice and now into the Cardinals zone. got past the defense, but the shot goes wide. Savannah Voss trying to break it out. Her pass is cut off. Bodies go flying. Anna Kennard with it, gets it to neutral territory. Jenny Snickle is tied up on the boards. Laura Stipolkowski gets it into the zone. Kennard out front clears the rebound to the corner. Rachel Axelson, center ice for Christofferson, and Christofferson drops for Jenny Snickle rather. Snickle's shot hits, deflected, turned around, and now Stipolowski into the zone. Long shot in on Benson. She saves, and she will cover for the face-off. Take another look at how White Bear got on the board. This is Andy Peterson having some troubles with it in her skates. Lost it behind her, and coming in was Mondo with the backhand. Benson made the save on that, and there you see the puck. And down there for the rebound was Andy Peterson. And that at 3:01 of the first period. Cardinals trying to keep the pressure up. Turning and firing was Jackie Lehman, but the rebound goes to the corner. Holland pass gets to the blue line and turned around by Lindsay Anderson, but out comes Kristen Steiner. Anderson knocks it off her stick. Peterson retreats to her own zone. Circles now, pressured by Sarah White. Long pass to the near boards for Melissa Mondo. Knocked off her stick by Axelson. Mondo back to her own blue line. Up the far boards, Snickle stops that, and the Cardinals trying to catch him on a break. Jackie Lehman gets the pass a little too late, had to stop up for it, and now back the other way goes Bolger. Into the zone on the backhand, turns back, shot right on. Benson the save, and there will be a face-off coming to her right.
Good job by Jordan holding her ground there as the Bears are trying to find ways to drive to the net, and they've been there a couple times already. The defense needs to force those players wider and make sure they don't get to the net, tie them up, because they're getting the corner so far. A couple of those White Bear Lake forwards, good speed.
As you've said, Mr. Grant, the Cardinals, or the Bears rather, are a three-line team. They present a lot of different weapons. 15, Katie Graven taking the shot, a high stick by Bolger will mean the face-off goes all the way down to the other end.
Yeah, it's good for the Cardinals there because White Bear was able to get the puck down deep again and put a little bit of their speed onto the Cardinal defenders with a good forecheck. As you see, Andy Dupre was a pretty solid goalie.
2.47 goals against average. Face-off coming to her left. Rachel Michaels in the circle against Andrea Gertz. Michaels comes away with it. Tied up in the skates of Katie Miller, and coming out from it was Katie Graven, now turned around by Michaels. Michaels in, can't get a shot on net, turned towards the corner by Allison Quinn. Quinn up the board, stopped by Kennard, she can't keep it in. Katie Miller trying to slow it down, and here's the numbers for White Bear Lake, but the pass was too far ahead of Gerst, and Benson sends it into the corner. Coming back out now is Rachel Axelson. Cuts, long pass far side, nicely off the boards into Sarah White. Sarah White tried to pass out front for Sarah Michaels, but Rachel Michaels rather, but tied up nicely by Allison Quinn. Savannah Voss keeps it in at the blue line out front. The shot, she scores! Upper corner on the backhand.
Beautiful goal.
And that was just all Savannah Voss, the 8th grader, came off the bench, fresh legs on the ice, kept the puck in at the blue line, stole the pass right at the blue line, kept it on sides, walked in, and here you see trying to get it out was Allison Quinn, but Savannah Voss there to break it up right at the blue line, comes back across, nice move to get out in front, and then upper corner, and now Christofferson wants to do some of it herself. She's deep in the corner, back out to Anna Kennard, her shot hits the shin pads of Kinney, and now the shot right on, save made by Dupree, and here come the Bears. Jackie Foley into the zone, knocked off her stick by Lindsay Anderson, but right onto the stick of Kinney. Her shot goes wide of the net. Foley in the corner, back out to Kinney. Her shot right on. Benson easily saves that one to the corner for Savannah Voss. Voss gets it to the blue line and out, but right back in by the Bears. Now Christofferson can't handle that pass. Holland catches up with it. She'll take it behind her own net for the Bears. Far side for Stipolowski. Stipolowski up the boards at center ice. It's Lindsay Anderson going D to D. Knocked away from Anna Kennard by Lisa Kinney. Kennard back deep in her own zone. Up the middle for Jenny Snickle. Knocked away from her. And now a loose puck right in front for the Bears. And they score. Finally knocking it home was Melissa Mondo. She's got a goal and an assist in this first period.
Both White Bear Lake goals have come off of really defensive mistakes by the Cardinals. They had a chance to get that puck out of the zone. They were real sloppy in their area. They gave up not only a good scoring chance, but they let the White Bear Lake player, Melissa Mondo, again camp right out on Benson's crease with nobody on her, and it was her against Benson, and she won again.
Really, Jordan Benson had absolutely no opportunity. I believe there were 4 White Bear Lake Bears right camped out in front of her. You see Mondo get it behind to Peterson. Peterson shoots this time, and it's Mondo, and that is almost the identical goal in a separate situation. A high stick save by Benson on the first shot, and then the rebound getting behind her. And very interesting how similar the first 2 goals were, and the same 2 players involved for the Bears.
Exactly, and that's one of the keys of the game. And Coon Rapids they've had this problem all year long. At times they had 2 great shifts before that. They got messed up in their defensive zone. They didn't cover people. They were not able to get the puck out on a clean breakout. They can do that, but they need to focus in now and go back to what they're doing for the last 5 minutes. Forechecking and White Bears in.
Getting it into the zone for the Bears is Andrea Gertz. She's played strongly by Katie Eichten. Eichten goes down, and Rachel Axelson pries the puck away and into neutral territory, but turned right back in by Bolger. Up the boards now. Snickle is going to get called for that one as she put Allison Quinn on the ice. That was interesting. We were talking about that last game, weren't we?
Yes, we were.
There's a look at the top half of the Section 4 brackets. The Cardinals with the 5-1 win over Tartan on Thursday got them here to face number 4 White Bear Lake, who beat Centennial by a 3-0 score on Thursday. The winner moves on to take on the winner of the Blaine Hill Murray game, which by all guesses would be the Bengals.
Hill Murray's playing better hockey right now. They have some good talent on that team, so Blaine's going to have to play a good game to get by them.
Zoller behind the net for White Bear Lake. Working it out front, this shot, but not able to get a whole lot of wood on it was Lisa Kinney. Now coming around, Stipolowski out to the point for Graven. Big wind-up. Shot tipped by Katie Eichten into the corner. And now behind the net, setting it up again. But once again, Kinney can't get the shot on net. Back to the point for Graven. She shoots from a tough angle. Benson holds on for the whistle.
White Bear Lake
5:49 to go, first period.
has a good-looking power play. They're moving the puck down low. They're trying to suck the box down. If the box does not close off the post, they're walking around the front of the net. The points are open at times. They're getting the puck to them. That's a good-looking power play unit.
They're sneaking the backside wing into front of the net when the defenders aren't watching, and she's all alone.
Yes, she is.
This one goes to the near boards. Kelly Holland down into the corner for out front now. The shot right on by Mondo. Rebound, save made by Benson.
Just as we talked about, that point came right down the slot. No one took her, and that could have been 3-1.
And Benson playing strong to fend off the Bear attack. Face off to her left, 1:03 to go on the power play. Foley into the corner around Lindsay Anderson, into the corner for Andy Peterson. Peterson circles, now drops it back for Foley. Back to Peterson behind the net. Moves out front, challenged by Kennard, now sends it across, trying to sneak it to Foley at the back door. Pass to the blue line and a lucky bounce for the Cardinals. Savannah Voss gets there, and Christofferson got back on sides. Wow. And wasn't that interesting? Great effort by Christofferson to get back on sides, but not able to make it work. Mondo gets it behind the net for Peterson. Back to Mondo in the corner. Pass out front is broken up by Lindsay Anderson, sent to the point. Long shot, save made, and it goes to the side. Savannah Voss slaps it all the way down. Christofferson is going to be the first one there, but it's taken away by Allison Quinn. Snickle fresh out of the box. No, that's Sarah White. Gets it deeper behind the net. Flipping it past Katie Miller was Bolger, but now it's Rachel Axelson behind her own net. Far side gets past Sarah White and at her own blue line, turned around by Jackie Foley. Center ice, it's Sarah White turning it around for the Cardinals. Going wide, knocked off her stick by Foley. Foley will turn it up ice. Center ice taken away by Rachel Michaels. And then taken away by Bolger. Now it's Lindsay Anderson behind the net. Katie Miller on the near boards. Miller to Michaels into central neutral territory, but turned around by the Bears. Bolger into the zone, leaves it. Zollers takes the shot, save made by Benson. Lindsay Anderson in the far corner, up the boards. Foley cuts it off, back into the corner for Zollers. Sarah White to Rachel Michaels. Nicely played off her puck, or off her stick by Laura Stipolowski. Now Katie Miller at center ice. Taken away from her by Stipolowski. Rachel Axelson will step up and take it in. Knocked away by Stipolowski. This is Zoller to Stipolowski on the near boards. Cutting in, whiffs on the shot. Lindsay Anderson back the other way for Coon Rapids. Avoids Stipolowski. The Cardinals have a 3-on-2. Knocked away by Foley. Shot made by Crystal Axelson, but stopped by the White Bear defense, and here they come. Stipolowski, far boards. Tough shot made. Easy save for Jordan Benson.
Pretty good pace of this game right now. Coon Rapids is doing a nice job 5-on-5. They've settled down a little bit, got through that penalty, and that was a problem for them because White Bear, again, has a very good power play, had some very key opportunities. Right now I have them for 15 shots attempted, and they've hit the net 12 times. A lot of them have been in real close, Joe. So Coon Rapids is hanging in there, only down by 1. They need to get out of this period right where they're at or tied. It'd be really good for them.
On the official scoreboard, the Bears with 10, now 11 shots to the Cardinals 3. Savannah Voss circling in the corner, getting all kinds of trouble from Kristen Steiner, and Steiner comes away with it. Now chased by Kennard and Voss out to the point, and the shot by Graven goes wide all the way around to the far boards. Allison Quinn keeps it in. Down deep in the corner is Mondo, played by Lindsay Anderson. Anderson drops it off for Crystal Axelson, but Mondo gets it out front. Kennard gets it to center ice. Graven trying to keep it away from Jessica Christofferson as they go to the boards, and Christofferson's going to the box for 2 minutes. As soon as the Cardinals touch the puck right there, Jessica Christofferson will get the 2-minute penalty for checking.
Yes.
And I'd have to say that was a pretty good call. It was a pretty good check.
That was a pretty good check, and
They're
it was
gonna call
checking
it roughing.
from behind. They're going to just call it roughing. Well, checking, it was from behind, and it's not what the Cardinals need right now with 1:45 left in the period. Only down by 1. They're putting a very good power play unit right back out in the ice, and that is not
For the final
what Coach
minute
Gunderson
45
wants.
of the first period.
That would be called not a penalty you would need. As you can see, Coach Gunderson with that look, chewing his gum.
Face off deep in Cardinal territory as well. Rachel Axelson fires it, but not out. Stopped at the line by Jackie Foley. Into the corner for Sarah Zollers, and behind the net. Quickly tried to come out front, but cut off by the Cardinal defense and thrown all the way down by Rachel Axelson. Nice cut off made by Jenny Snickle, but it's Kelly Holland swinging now to the near side, knocked off her stick, picked up by Sarah Zollers. Back into the corner for Hillary Bolger. Bolger circles, watched by Rachel Axelson. Tried to go out front, quickly denied by the Cardinal defense. Bolger gets back to it, gets the shot, rebound bouncing around. It's going to go to the boards. But some very dangerous times in front of the Cardinal net with less than a minute to play first period. Eichten knocks it off the stick of Zollers. Now gets it back, but not out. Firing is Holland. Eichten cuts it off and dumps it all the way down.
Good play by Katie Eichten as she blocked the shot and was able to get to that loose puck and dump it down.
Turning in her own zone is Bolger. Her pass too far for Gertz. Snickle with it now. Stipolowski turns it around for White Bear Lake. Gets it into the zone. Snickle can't get it out up the boards. Lisa Kinney turning with it. Coming across the line. Leaves it now for Graven. Graven trying to get away from Katie Eichten. Pass goes through the slot, nobody home. Quinn on the far boards. And that will do it for the first period. The Cardinals holding on by hairs.
By hairs, and they were very fortunate through good hard work to get out of 1:45 of that penalty to end the period. That would have been devastating if White Bear could have picked up another goal in the power play. They have a great power play. They need to go regroup and stay away from penalties in the second period.
Well, it's 2-1 after one. Stick around. We'll be back right after this.
It was called the greatest generation any society has ever produced. They were ordinary people who half a century ago did nothing less than help save the world. Millions served in uniform, millions more served at home, and nearly 500,000 gave their lives. And yet there is no national memorial to honor their sacrifice. It is time to say thank you.
Call now and help build the National World War II Memorial.
The depth of this kid's preparation for this moment just runs so deep that there's no doubt in my mind he's very aware of the significance of this putt.
There it is, a win for the ages.
A father can change the world, one child at a time.
Come on, you're gonna make us late. Hey, man, what is this with you? What's your problem? There's never a train here. Just go for it. No one's gonna see you. The light's probably broken. Yeah, let's go. Come on, Mike. Come on, chicken. Yeah! I wish I hadn't listened to him.
Don't you love that safe, free feeling you get in a pickup truck, Larry?
Yeah, nothing but you, me, the open road, a deer.
Yeah! A cow! Yeah! An ostrich! Ah! The village people! The village people?
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Especially in pickup trucks.
I didn't know the village people were doing a road tour.
Welcome back to Centennial Arena. The Cardinals trailing the Bears 2-1 in the second round of the 2000 Section 4 Girls Hockey Tournament.
Yes, indeed.
It helps if you put your mic in front of your mouth here.
My mic is back down. Hi, how are you? Yeah, we had that great technical crew here. They solve all those problems for us. You know, one thing we need to look at here as we get ready to start the second period is, here you go, Joe. You can take this first goal.
The Cardinals fell victim to two very similar goals. This is the first one. Mondo on the backhand. Benson made the save with the butt of the stick, but then it was tipped in behind her by number 20, Andy Peterson.
Yeah, two similar goals, like you mentioned, both rebounds.
The Cardinals would get a tie game back when Savannah Voss, fresh off the bench, keeps the puck inbounds as she steals the pass. A great move to get behind the defense and got Dupree down on the ice and went upstairs on the backhand.
That was a very nice goal by
Now
Savannah.
watch just how similar the 2 goals are. Now remember, the first goal was Peterson from Mondo. Now turn around the other way. This is a tough break for the Cardinals. The puck just sort of sat there and nobody could quite get to it. Mondo gets it to Peterson out front. Watch this. Off the top of the stick, exact same save. And it's Mondo at the back door this time with the backhand. And it actually goes off of the back of Benson. Had that puck just been a couple inches higher, that might have sailed through to the far corner. But it's in the net, and the Bears lead 2-1 after 1.
I guess the one thing that a coach would be most disturbed about that second goal is the fact that you saw 3 White Bear Lake jerseys right in front of Jordan Benson and 2 Coon Rapids jerseys out deeper than that. They need to cover the front of the net a lot better, as you see the stats.
They need to shoot the puck.
Well, it's hard to shoot the puck when you can't get it down the other end, because White Bear, again, one of their keys is they have great defensive hockey players. They play well as a unit, and they don't give you many chances.
Well, the Cardinals start the second period on the shorthanded. The Bears' second power play is about 5 seconds away from being over. And really, this is a pretty efficient-looking power play, but the Cardinals have done a pretty decent job of shutting it down. The first power play, a little slow. Oh, right out front. And just as I was talking, they're lucky that Kristen Steiner whiffed.
Yes, they are. She was unable to get her stick on that right away. She was a little bit handcuffed, and if it would have been on the tape, it might have been 3-1 like that.
Benson making the save. There's another look at it, and I was going to say the first power play was worse, and then the second one they kind of tightened up, and we're tying up the shooter out front. And you see Anna Kennard getting there just a little bit late, but Benson making the save. Out front, Steiner whiffs on the pass again. Christofferson takes it to center ice, trying to go wide on Holland, and does. She's got Crystal Axelson out front, takes the shot. Save made. Kennard on the rebound, tried to get it back out front. Turned around by Foley, and now Peterson will get it to center ice. Big wind-up slap shot. Benson, easy save. Kennard will turn. The Bears thinking line change. Peterson. Nice job of getting it deeper before she goes to the bench. Foley cuts off the breakout pass. Crystal Axelson waits for it to come down. And then the pass too far. It's going to go all the way down. We'll have an icing.
Better start to the period for the Cardinals. They came out and killed the penalty like they needed to do. They kept the 15 seconds off, and now they just need to regroup and get things going here as far as an offensive attack would help them.
Yes, more than 3 shots.
Yeah. Double that would be a good start.
Yes. Triple that would be better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you play the way the Bears are, quadruple that. Lindsay Anderson off the faceoff, tried to get it out, but Bolger cuts it off, pass out front. Does not connect to Zollers. Lindsay Anderson tying up Bolger out front. And the Bears continue the pressure. Graven from the point, shot goes through the crease, but into the corner. Now here's a chance for Jenny Snickle on the far side. One-on-one with Graven, can't get it through, gets the shot off Dupre easily into the corner. Quinn there, pressured by Jackie Lehman. She gets it up the board for Zollers. Zollers to the line but not out. Katie Eichten turns it around. Zollers pries it away from her and does get it to neutral ice. Turned back in by Jackie Lehman. And that time Quinn goes far boards. Bolger fires it all the way in. And the Bears will get a line change. Benson starts the breakout to Lindsay Anderson to Snickle. Off her skates, turned around by Jackie Foley. Stipowolski behind the net, trying to keep it away from her own player. But then Lisa Kinney comes away with it, out to the point for Foley. Nice move. And now Jenny Snickle on the breakaway. She's all alone. And the save made by Dupree. Snickle trying to get the rebound back out front. Pass cut off by Foley. Foley gets it to neutral ice, hauled down by Katie Eichten. And Katie Eichten will go to the box for a couple of minutes.
What a turn of events. Right there is exactly what we talked about at the front of the show. Coon Rapids is going to have to take advantage of their scoring opportunities. They're not going to get that many. Jenny Snickle on a breakaway, tried to go 5-hole. She cut across, but a great job by Dupre not letting her have that, and now they take a penalty right after that. This is a key turning point in the game.
And that was all individual effort on the part of Snickle. Broke up a pass in the Cardinals zone, and then got it all the way down on the breakaway. Dupre doing a nice job of not giving her much to shoot at. Kennard in the corner for the Cardinals on the shorthanded. Quinn fires it in. Benson will cover it up. We'll have a face-off deep in Cardinal territory.
Yeah, it's really important for the Cardinals to kill this penalty off like they did the last one. It's their third opportunity to kill a penalty, and what they did last time quite well is they did not let White Bear walk out from the corners or from behind the net. They forced it to the point, and they did a nice job going out and converging on the points to block shots.
Christofferson wins the face-off and flung all the way down by Rachel Axelson. Race for it, Katie Graven in there. Showing a little pressure is Jessica Christofferson. Now Graven will go up the boards, cut off by Rachel Michaels. Doing battle with Melissa Mondo. Michaels fires it through the slot, but too low for Christofferson. Steiner will take it back behind the net for White Bear. Long pass to Peterson in between the defense. She tried to cut around. Played off the puck by Rachel Axelson. Christofferson gets it to the far blue line, takes out an official.
No penalty on that.
Rachel Michaels working in down low, doing battle against Allison Quinn, but Quinn gets it to Steiner on the near boards, and Peterson now loses the puck in front of the Cardinal bench. She'll turn back into her own zone. Reversing field. Across the red line, tried to pass through to Mondo, but that doesn't work. Now flips it in, and the Bears will get a line change. Rachel Axelson coming around the far side. And you got to ice that puck, Jerry.
Yes, you do.
Gertz taking it away into the corner. Axelson gets it back to the line, but Foley keeps it in for White Bear Lake. Drops it off for Bolger. Bolger tried to get it in deep, and now right out front, bouncing around. Benson keeps it out of the net. Gertz gets it back to Foley at the point, pressured by Christofferson. Foley back behind the net for White Bear Lake. Out front, shot right on, but save made. We've got the net off with 2 seconds remaining in the White Bear Lake power play.
I think it's a good thing there are only 2 seconds left. Two things happened at the end of that. They did a great job the first minute and 10 seconds of killing that penalty off, and two key mistakes. One, you have a chance to ice the puck, you come around your net with full speed, don't stick handle, you're the last person, ice the puck. Secondly, right at the end here before the whistle, the person on the left post, or on the right post, excuse me, tried to go help out on the left side, let the player from behind the net walk right out all alone, and Jordan Benson was able to hang in there.
Turning and firing was Stiplowski, but it goes wide. Keeping it in is Kinney. And now in the corner is Snickle. Gets it to the line, and it bounces to center ice where Katie Eichten picks it up. The Cardinals have the numbers. Eichten takes the shot just wide of the mark, turned around by the Bears. Stipolowski in the corner, boxed up by Snickle and Lehman. Lehman passes out front, but nobody home. Graven takes it behind her own net, tied up by Eichten. Now up the boards, bounces past the intended receiver, which was Kinney, and turned back in by Kennard. Eichten, or Jackie Lehman rather, was doing battle there with Graven, and now Sarah White behind the net. She'll send it out to the point for Lindsay Anderson. Anderson's shot hits traffic in front. Kennard will chase it down on the far boards. Rachel Michaels behind the net for Coon Rapids. Tied up a little bit, but gets it out front, and that one's going to slide all the way back into Cardinal territory.
Good job by the Cardinals in the offensive zone. They got a line
Lindsay Anderson flying down the left side for Coon Rapids. Drops it for Sarah White. Sarah White now behind the net, passes out front. Peterson there for the Bears. She takes it around behind the net, now cuts back in front of Michaels. Sarah White breaks up the pass, but now loses it. Steiner tried to pick it up. Lindsay Anderson backing it out, but Steiner sends it back to the corner. Lindsay Anderson back up the boards for Sarah White. White to Rachel Michaels. A 2-on-2. She's got Katie Miller with her. She'll go wide. Foley playing her wide. Pass out front, and Miller was well tied up. Annie Peterson gets it to the line. Kept in by Anna Kennard. But Foley will send it to Melissa Mondo at center ice. Mondo goes left side. Anna Kennard plays her well. Now taken off her stick by Katie Miller. Centering pass broken up and sent back deep by Jackie Foley. Behind the net is Kennard. Katie Miller on the far side, tied up by Sarah Zollers. And Foley tried to pass out front, but it went off a skate, and no, that wasn't Foley, because Foley's out here. Bolger coming off the near boards out to the front. Chased by Axelson. Shot gets through. Benson makes the save. Kennard now tried to go to the middle. That's broken up by Zollers. Zollers circles on the far board. Tried to pass out front. That's broken up by Rachel Michaels. Shot from the point by Allison Quinn was blocked by Crystal Axelson. And now Holland gets it deep into the corner and behind the net for the Bears. Crystal Axelson giving chase. Hillary Bolger comes away with it. Bolger out front, but unable to get the stick on it was Gertz. Rachel Michaels doing battle and going into the boards with Allison Quinn. Finally thrown all the way down by Katie Miller. We'll have an icing call, and I've never seen a better one.
Well, you know what? I needed to have an icing there. They were real tired. They had to be out for a little longer than they wanted to on that shift, and the White Bear was able to get a couple line mates out there for fresh legs, and they almost were able to capitalize in the forecheck because Coon Rapids was tired. They needed that icing. That's a good icing, if there is such a thing. I guess there is.
That is it.
That's it.
I would say that's a good icing, and that's a good look at head coach Michael McKenzie of the Bears, and he's got to be happy with the pressure they're putting on. Ooh, Stipolowski almost tips it behind at the back corner, but turns, gets it behind the net, right out front for this shot, but not able to get enough wood on it was Lisa Kinney. Out to the point now for Foley. Kirby Rocio putting the pressure on, but Foley gets it into the corner and behind the net away from Lindsay Anderson. Chased now by Savannah Voss. Foley loses it. Savannah Voss to center ice, tips it ahead. Christofferson giving chase into the corner, taken into the boards by Stipolowski, and we'll have the first White Bear Lake penalty of the game. 2 minutes for high sticking.
Well, the good thing about that penalty for Jessica Christofferson is she really wanted that puck. She went hard for it and was able to draw the defender in, who returned the favor of checking her, because earlier it was Jessica checking a White Bear player.
That'll happen. Either way, the Cardinals with their first power play opportunity. 6 minutes remaining in period number 2. The score still 2-1 in favor of the White Bear Lake Bears. The Cardinals will start their face-off deep in Bear territory. Another look at it, and yeah, that was a pretty solid check. Christofferson out to Lindsay Anderson at the point. Back to Christofferson on the boards. Christofferson goes around the net, tried to slide it out front. Snickle well tied up by Holland. And now the Bears. Foley to the line, but not out. Keeping it in, Lindsay Anderson. She'll go to the far side for Rachel Axelson. Fanned on it, but got it behind Peterson. Now the bouncing puck. Peterson will finally control for White Bear Lake, and she's going to waste some time. Now she fires it all the way down.
Nice job by Peterson. That's the way to kill a penalty. Rag the puck a little bit, take off 5-10 seconds, and throw it down.
Rachel Axelson will take it behind the Cardinal net. And now go back to the far side for Jenny Snickle. And time is precious. Snickle's pass too far for Eichten, and that's an icing call.
Well,
communication.
Yeah, at this time of the year in the playoffs, you want to make sure you're clicking on all cylinders. Once they get the puck down in the end, they set it up nicely, but right there, that breakout just didn't happen.
You got to be able to break out quick, waste as little time as possible, and certainly not ice it when you're on the power play.
Yeah, you're 5 feet from the red line. At least skate to the red line and dump it in. You got to think a little bit.
Eichten wins the draw to Lindsay Anderson. Supplying a little bit of pressure is Andrea Gertz. Long pass to Christofferson up in front of the Cardinal bench. She'll get it into the zone and go behind the net to set it up. Jenny Snickle in the near corner. Snickle walking in, drops it off for Christofferson behind the net. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Kennard takes the shot. Rebound sits there, almost swept out. Lindsay Anderson gets the shot turned away. And this one's going to make it out. Bolger sends it to Lindsay Anderson in neutral territory. Anderson will flip it back in deep. Behind the net with it is Katie Graven. Pressured on the far side, or near side rather, by Snickle. And now to Christofferson in the corner. 5 seconds remaining in the power play for Coon Rapids. Snickle will take it back behind the net. Try to get it to Eichten out front. Christofferson back the other side. Shot and the rebound, almost able to get to it. Now the Bears are full strength as Lindsay Anderson passes all the way to Kennard at the far blue line. There's a chance. Eichten the shot. Rebound and a goal for Christofferson.
The penalty was up. They continued to put the attack on. Good forecheck. They worked real well in the dead zone behind the net and were able to get that puck out front numerous times, crashed the net, and were able to get a good goal on that one.
It's going to be an even strength goal, but really credit the Cardinals power play with getting that done because they set it up well, and then it just took a couple seconds after. It took a couple seconds after the power play to actually get it in. Take another look at it. Katie Eichten came in and had the shot at the free puck. Rebound, Jessica Christofferson. That's where you want to be for the rebound. Sitting on that back post, she's able to slap it home. And the Cardinals have tied it with just under 4 minutes to play in the second period. Behind the net for Coon Rapids is Katie Zoller. Far side for Kinney. Turned around by the Cardinals. Foley behind her own net. Up the near boards. Gets past Crystal Axelson, but Rachel Axelson not as forgiving. Crystal tried to turn it around, but knocked off her stick by Kinney. Kinney into the zone, the shot, Benson the save. Rebound into the corner for Katie Zoller. Stipolowski on the boards, pass too far for Foley. Into neutral territory, now Stipolowski turns with it. Back into Cardinal territory, shot wide of the mark, far boards. Tipping it in is Zoller. Kennard trying to get it to Michaels and does. Michaels ahead of Crystal Axelson, and getting there first is Foley. She'll dump it back for Stipolowski off the boards, and this is Zoller in between the defense. And that's what you call putting the pinch on.
Well, that was a good play by the defender. They're able to just kind of block her off so Jordan can make the freeze on that puck and get line change, because again, they're just starting to get a little tired at the end. We're getting deep into the second period. Both teams are really skating hard right now. The second period's a lot better for the Cardinals. They've played a lot better. They've done better in their defensive zone. They've really shut White Bears' offensive attack off, and it's a tie game.
Packed crowd here at Centennial Sports Arena, checking out a tie game, 2-2 in the 2000 Section 4 Girls Hockey Tournament. Face-off to the left of Jordan Benson. Lehman gets it into the corner for Lindsay Anderson. Up the far boards for Eichten. Eichten battles with Graven and gets it to center ice. And now Lehman pushing it into the zone. Back now at center ice is Lindsay Anderson. She dumps it in. The Cardinals tag up. Snickle stuffs it up on the side. Allison Quinn trying to get out. And now Quinn knocks it away from Snickle, but Snickle gets it back behind the net. Coming out with it is Andy Peterson. Her pass shut off by Katie Eichten, but now it is Steiner into the Cardinal zone. Goes to the boards. Kennard giving pressure. Steiner turns, and now behind the net. Coming out the far side, tied up by Lindsay Anderson. Shot. Jackie Lehman doing a nice job of tying Quinn up. Mondo out front, but Eichten had her tied up. Shot from the point goes wide from Lisa Kenny. Steiner near boards pokes it behind Lindsay Anderson, and that one was close. Shot from the point. Benson makes the save. Rebound. Benson makes the save. Rebound. Snickle turns it out, and the Cardinals very much need to clear out the front of that net. Benson doing an excellent job, although she couldn't see half of those shots.
Yeah, great screens by White Bear.
Katie Miller putting the pressure on. Andy Peterson turns it around behind the net. Christofferson bats that one out of the air, but Peterson turns away with it. Peterson out of the corner in front of her own net, sidesteps Sarah White, and into Cardinal territory, trying to go between the defense. Almost does, and now she's going to pick up the penalty for hitting, and we've got 2 penalties coming for the White Bear Lake Bears. We're going to see Mondo 2 minutes for cross-checking, and we're going to see 2 minutes for Peterson for roughing.
Well,
so the Cardinals all of a sudden have the last 49 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey here in the second period, and will probably start with a power play in the third. And this is what happens when they start getting frustrated.
Yeah, right now the White Bears really put on the pressure at the end.
Those 2 account for all of the goals tonight for White Bear Lake.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, what happened here? Jordan Benson really started to make this happen by making 3 key saves there, Joe. What she did is you can see her controlling
and
the
look
crease.
at all
she's
the
paddling.
traffic
She's
out
down low, keeping an eye on the puck. She's really intense on watching the
Has
puck.
no
There's
idea.
a great screen. Made a nice blocker save. Was able to stretch her body out, make another save.
Great
and then
camera work as
Jenny
well.
Snickle gets down and takes off with the puck.
Oh,
that was really
that's
enough
scary.
to frustrate White Bear.
Cardinals really must capitalize on the 2-man advantage. Faceoff goes all the way down. Christofferson will set it up in the corner. Christofferson walking in, now to Snickle on the near boards. Shot goes all the way to the far boards. Rachel Axelson skates it out. Her shot stopped by Foley at the back post and thrown all the way down. Benson out to set it up. That's Rachel Axelson. Tried to go cross ice to Christofferson, cut off and sent back down by Andrea Gertz.
Yeah, just take the puck and
17
skate.
seconds to go in the second period. Pass broken up by Bolger. Sent back in, 10 seconds. To Snickle. Snickle sidesteps, 4 seconds. Pass is a little close to Eichten. Bounces off the boards. But the Cardinals will have 1 minute, 11 seconds of the 2-skater advantage at the start of the third period. And it's tied 2-2 after 2. We'll be back from Centennial Sports Arena after this.
He didn't look. He didn't listen.
It's like him believing that if I could see him, that I could stop the train.
He drove right out in front of me. Didn't he know that sign meant yield?
Takes me 1.5 miles to stop. 1.5 miles.
The whole time I'm just praying that she would just move. She didn't move.
I'm made of skin and bones. I'm made of muscle. Eyes, nose, my imagination. Forgiveness. All I think and all I feel. I'm made of skin and bones. What's inside me? Love.
Honesty. And truth.
I give you love and hope. We are made of many things. Every piece is special. Please help prevent child abuse. I am strong. Powerful. So what are you made of?
Siggy, you didn't leave a light on anywhere, did you?
Maybe. So what?
So what? So what? That's a waste of energy! Now you know I am a mad scientist. When someone wastes energy, it really makes me mad.
Please don't waste energy. It's a positive solution that will reduce air pollution.
The whole season comes down to one period for the Coon Rapids Cardinals and the White Bear Lake Bears. The winner moves on. The loser goes home in the Section 4 playoffs. Take a look. The Cardinals equaled the score. The only goal in that second period. Katie Eichten with the shot. Christofferson camped out on the back post, puts the rebound home. And the Cardinals will start the third period with a 2-skater advantage, partly because of this. Jackie Lehman, not Jackie Lehman, Jackie's number 20 for the Cardinals, Andy Peterson, with the right hook to Lindsay Anderson. And that earned her 2 minutes, and shortly after that, Melissa Mondo took Christofferson into the boards. So it's a 2-player advantage. Jenny Snickle trying to poke it away from Andrea Gertz. Lindsay Anderson will bring it back to Christofferson on the near boards. Christofferson is watched by Bolger. Moves it down deep into the corner, comes out, the shot, rebound, gets to the point, but not out. Rachel Axelson shoots it in. Christofferson can't get there for the rebound. And this is the way it's supposed to work. Back to Axelson, back to Christofferson in the corner. Now out to Lindsay Anderson for the shot, tipped, bouncing around, and now far side. Firing it down is Gertz and right on Benson, and that'll just about do it for the power play. The Bears at full strength. Lindsay Anderson bringing it out of the zone now for Christofferson on the near boards. Christofferson loses it, turned around by Sarah Zollers. She's hassled by Anderson. Eichten comes back to turn it around and get it into the zone. Back out by Stipolowski. And Zollers, far side for Lisa Kinney. Kinney into the corner, doing battle with Lindsay Anderson. Snickle comes away with it for the Cardinals. Pass to Christofferson. Christofferson with some room on the foot near side. Trying to go wide on Kinney. Kinney plays her well. Pass out front. Eichten is tied up by Kyle Zoller. And now a penalty for the Cardinals. Sarah White is going to be called for tripping as she tried to stop Zoller as she was cutting behind her. Take a look at the stats through 2 periods. The Cardinals picked it up quite a bit in that second period, but still being outshot 2-1 by the Bears.
Well, they had 7 shots and White Bear had 8, so Joel, as we mentioned, a lot better period. They need to continue that now and step it up even more. Here's a real challenge for them at this point. White Bear back on a power play, and they're very good at it.
So far, the Cardinals have been able to stop the Bear power play 3 times, and that could have an influence. As the referee, or the linesman actually, says, hey, you're taking too long, sends Andy Peterson back to the bench to finish getting her equipment ready and snapping her helmet and getting the mouth guard in. And in for the faceoff is Andrea Gertz.
Yeah, she's their leading goal scorer, so that's a good deal for Coon Rapids.
Holland off the boards to Gertz, turned around by Rachel Michaels. Here's Savannah Voss into the zone. Big shot blocked by Jackie Foley into the corner. Savannah Voss goes sliding in to give some pressure to Holland, but far boards turning up ice is Steiner. Steiner into the zone. Past Rachel Michaels, but Benson pokes it into the corner. Steiner and Axelson go down in a pile. Charging in now is Peterson. Axelson fires it all the way down for Coon Rapids.
That's the way to do it on the penalty kill. Find the opening and send it down.
Circling is Foley. Near boards, Melissa Mondo. Pass too far for Peterson. Lindsay Anderson can't hold on. Benson will sweep it in the corner. Steiner gets it behind the net for Peterson. Pressured by Lindsay Anderson. Back out front for Steiner. The shot. Benson the save. Near boards, Melissa Mondo will recover. Savannah Voss pressuring her. Out to the point for Foley. Foley winds, fires, hits traffic, and here's Lindsay Anderson with a rush to center ice for Coon Rapids. Around Foley and into the zone. Now batted to Steiner. Steiner to center ice. Lindsay Anderson recovers, turns it back in. Melissa Mondo stops it to Peterson. Stepping up to knock it off her stick was Axelson. Holland for Steiner, or for Foley rather. Trying to go up the middle, broken up by Jackie Lehman. Lehman comes away with it on the near boards. Tried to get it out front for Katie Miller, but that's broken up by Hillary Berger, and Berger to center ice, now trying to cut between the defense. Played off the puck by Lindsay Anderson and Rachel Axelson. Axelson cuts off the pass to go out front, and the Cardinals have killed off their 4th penalty.
Much better job. They did not let White Bear Lake set up at all in that, and that was great penalty killing.
In her own zone with it is Katie Graven. She sidesteps Jackie Lehman, gets to center ice, but Rachel Axelson is there to take it away. Back for Jackie Lehman, played off her stick by Bolger, but it gets into the zone. Katie Miller loses it in her skates. Crystal Axelson on the far boards doing battle against number 10, Allison Quinn. Quinn gets it to center ice. Hillary Bolger is there, and she gets past Lindsay Anderson, but not past Anna Kennard. Kennard behind the net, can't get quite enough on the pass. Gertz turns it around. Bolger right out front, fires. Benson easy save. Near boards now is Katie Miller. Miller's pass is cut off by Graven. Graven, tough angle shot, bounces to the far boards. Crystal Axelson there for the Cardinals. Pass to Jackie Lehman out beyond the blue line. Knocked off her stick and turned around by Quinn. Lindsay Anderson breaking up the centering pass. Collision there, and getting to the puck was Zoller, but the Cardinals will break out near side. Kennard swipes at it and gets it behind Stipolowski. Foley turns it around. Now Savannah Voss turns it back the Cardinals' direction into the zone. Christofferson, far post for Rocio. Her shot right on. Rebound, tried to get it back out front, and Gertz will move with it. Foley knocked off her stick, and the Cardinals will turn it around. Pass too far for Savannah Voss. Tracked down by Foley deep in her own zone. Thought about going behind the net, then to the corner, and now does go behind the net, pressured by Christofferson. Pass too far for the player on the far board, Melissa Mondo, kept in by Lindsay Anderson. Christofferson will recover for the Cardinals in the corner. Out front for Savannah Voss. She can't get the shot on net. Steiner on the near boards for White Bear. Cross ice pass, Melissa Mondo. Lindsay Anderson will take it away from her and go behind the Cardinals bench. Up the boards behind Savannah Voss. Foley at her own blue line. Steiner near boards. Loses it. Rachel Axelson comes away for the Cardinals. Pass behind Rachel Axelson. Gertz turns it around. She goes to the ice and she crosses the blue line. And now Holland gets it in deep. Rachel Axelson breaking it out, and the Cardinals have the numbers. Pass too far for Eichten. Turned around by Quinn. And now Jackie Lehman gets it into the zone. Now back out Zoller. Turned around by Lindsay Anderson. Rachel Axelson gets it up the board. Sarah Zollers for the Bears. Knocked away from her by Eichten and into the zone by Snickle. Pass behind Eichten. She was all alone out front. And instead, it's Hillary Bolger going back the other way, trying to go wide on the near side around Lindsay Anderson. Now behind the net. Anderson still giving her troubles. Pass out front, nobody home. All the way out at the point is Quinn. Quinn back into the corner and behind the net for Zoller. Bringing it out and back out to the point for Quinn. Quinn's shot wide of the mark. Far boards is Stipolowski. Back to the point for Katie Graven. Graven's tied up by Snickle. Snickle sends it all the way down. This one's waving. The icing is waved off. Snickle continues to pressure, sends it behind the net. Near side is Lisa Kinney going back behind the net for the Bears. 7:11 to go. Third period, still tied at 2. In the middle is Kyle Zoller. Zoller taken off the puck by Rachel Michaels. Anna Kennard gets it back up the board. Michaels at center ice. Avoids Steiner. Pass for Sarah White. Into the zone. And knocked to the corner by Foley. White recovers. Pass out front. Katie Miller. Can't get enough stick on it. Foley will come away with it for the Bears. Pass is behind Katie Miller. Breaks that up. Kennard now to Sarah White. The Bears with fresh legs on the ice. Here come Mondo and Peterson. Pass out front. Too far for Steiner. Into the near boards. Michaels kicks it to Miller. Miller to the point, but not out. Foley sends it back deep. Rachel Axelson behind the boards. Sarah White at the far point. Kept in by Holland. Peterson on the far boards. Keeps it, turns towards the boards, pressured by Sarah White and Rachel Axelson. Into the corner, pass trying to go to Steiner. Katie Miller intercepted that. It goes to the near boards. Steiner gets it back to Foley at the point. Foley flips it into the corner. Rachel Axelson. Now Peterson knocks it away from her, back to Foley at the point. Foley keeps it in. Steiner coming off the boards, tied up by Rachel Axelson. Axelson behind the net. All the way around to Sarah White on the far boards. Peterson pulls it away. Peterson heading towards the middle, broken up by Sarah White and Rachel Michaels. Now the pass out front, bounces away from Steiner again. Foley at the point. Circles on the boards, taken away by Rachel Michaels. Michaels to center ice for Coon Rapids. Cuts back to the far side. Finally knocked off her stick by Foley. Savannah Voss gets it into the zone. Turned around quickly by Bolger. Bolger into the Cardinals zone. Tied up by Anderson and Kennard, but keeps it into the corner. She loses her feet. Lindsay Anderson in there for the Cardinals. Also in there is Andrea Gertz and Sarah Zoller. Savannah Voss gets it to Christofferson at center ice. Almost tipped it behind the defense, but Allison Quinn knocks it all the way to the boards. Now Quinn swoops in and takes away the pass intended for Christofferson in the corner, and out to Lindsay Anderson at center ice. She flips it in. This is Katie Graven making a move up the boards, gets it to center ice. Sarah Zollers into the Cardinals zone. Lindsay Anderson rides her off the puck. Bolger in the corner, tried to go out front. And now it's Christofferson to center ice with Savannah Voss, 2-on-1. The pass, Voss the goal! The Cardinals have the lead for the first time tonight.
Beautiful 2-on-1 by Jessica Christofferson. She let the defender keep backing and backing and backing. Once she made a little bit of a step towards her, she slid it across, and Savannah Voss had a great game. She tucked it in and it went up in the corner.
Savannah Voss, her second goal of the night, and I think possibly tonight's star so far for the Cardinals, if it's not between the pipes with Jordan Benson. And I got a little worried on this, I'll tell you, Jerry. It looked to me like Jessica Christofferson was going to hold on to that puck just a little too long, but she did a nice job, waited for Katie Graven to come all the way over, and Savannah Voss, sacrificing life and limb, just gets enough on it to tip it behind the goaltender. Katie Graven and the Cardinals have the 3-2 lead with 4:19 to play in the third period.
Yeah, it looked like that puck hit Dupree's stick and went up into the upper corner, but Voss has been all over. Great goal by her.
Kinney into the corner for White Bear Lake. Tied up by Lindsay Anderson, but gets it behind the net. Coming out front was Gerst. The puck still bouncing around. Savannah Voss gets it to the near boards and now fires. Foley keeps it in at the point. Lindsay Anderson stops her pass. Stipolowski out front. Benson dives on it, but we've got a whistle and a player down at the point. That's Jackie Foley, and she has been the strongest White Bear Lake defender so far tonight.
Yeah, she's been all over the ice. As you could see right there, after that Coon Rapids goal, White Bear came right out. They put on a lot of pressure in the Coon Rapids end. It's the playoffs, and they have a great squad, and they are not going to give up until the final horn goes. And right now, unfortunately, one of their better players is down the ice.
Clock stopped with 3:53 remaining in the third period. Take another look at it. This is Foley at the point. Coming out was Christofferson. And it looks like they just sort of hooked up skates, and down she went.
Right on her shoulder, right shoulder. It looks like she's moving around now, though, so she's shaking it off and cranking her neck a little bit.
And as we've mentioned, she has been a pretty big part of this White Bear Lake team today. I've called her name quite a bit.
Yeah, she's an assistant captain, outstanding leader on the blue line, and she's done some nice things for the Bears today. And that's good.
Looks like she's going to get up on her own and be able to make it back to the bench. She's not even going to wait to give the trainer a hand back to the bench.
Yeah, a little hard to walk around those shoes out there.
Yeah, that was always kind of courtesy. If you were injured, you walk the trainer back to the bench. But Foley probably not thinking about that. Well, regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, we've got plenty of highlights to show you, and we'll bring them to you Monday, live at 7:30 on CTN Sports Night. We hope to have Howie back from Cancun or Puerto Vallarta or
wherever he's finding that sombrero at. I hope he gets back.
Somewhere down there in sunny Mexico. And of course today, real winter weather has hit Minnesota, so maybe he just said, I'm not going to go back quite yet.
Yeah, one more take. Well, 3:53 left. The Cardinals need to just do a real good job in their own end, keep getting the puck in the White Bears' end, and put pressure on it.
Peterson gets it into the zone. Rachel Axelson gets it to center ice. Christopherson a little too far for Savannah Voss, but Voss and Graven will go into the corner tied up. Peterson bringing it out behind the net, and the Bears have 3 strong, and somebody better watch the front of the net. Shot on, Benson makes the save. Axelson clears the rebound. Crystal Axelson back for Rachel, too far at the point, keeping it in is Quinn. And a pass out front, broken up by Savannah Voss. I don't know, there's nothing she can't do, because Kyle Zoller was all alone out front, and Voss able to break up the pass.
Yeah, that weak side defender has to stay on the post.
Christopherson to center ice. She'll go wide against Allison Quinn and into the corner. Circles. Taken away by Zoller. Peterson stopped by Michaels. Can't get it out. Quinn will go to the other side. Melissa Mondo. Center ice, winds and fires. Katie Eichten tips that, so it's not a problem. Lindsay Anderson behind the net. And out across the blue line for Coon Rapids. Into Bear territory. She'll take the shot. Foley back out. That's good to see. She blocks the shot. And the Cardinals putting on a lot of pressure, but need to be a little safer than that. 4 Cardinals were below the face-off dots in the Bear zone, and poor Anna Kennard was at the point all by herself.
Yeah, Lindsay Anderson did a great job rushing the puck. I mean, she had great speed. She came out wide. She dangled between a couple of White Bear players, but a wing needs to read that she's going in and take her spot, especially when you're up by 1 goal in a playoff game with 2:15, 2:20 left. You got to play smart hockey now.
Absolutely. Looks like we've got a timeout. White Bear Lake switching tenders.
Yeah, the old goaltender timeout. You can do that with when there's above 2 minutes left. You can use it like a timeout. Under 2 minutes, the new ruling is you don't get to warm the goalie up, because a lot of coaches in the past have used this as a timeout. So very nice move by Coach McKenzie to do it just before 2 minutes. Now he still has his timeout yet.
That's right.
So.
That's right.
Good coaching.
And it's not like he's putting in an inferior goaltender.
No.
The goaltender between the pipes now is Laura Brennan, and she is one of the top-rated goalies she is the top-rated goalie in the conference, or the section, with 1.45 goals against, 91.9% saves.
Wow. Yeah, she's a solid goaltender, and it just wasn't her turn today, and Andy Dupre did a nice job for the Bears, too. The Cardinals got some nice goals down low.
And like you mentioned, this really isn't a move to try and secure up the goaltender position. It is more to get a break and a timeout without being charged for the timeout. And now they keep that timeout as they go to as they look at it, the winner goes on. The Cardinals or the Bears, they would face the winner of the Bengals and Hill Murray, 8 p.m. on Tuesday the 15th at the Coliseum in St. Paul. That would be the semifinal round of this Section 4 tournament. The Bengals the number 1 seed, Cardinals number 5, and the Bears number 4.
Right now the referee kicking someone out of the draw for the Bears, and Jackie Lehman stays in.
And coming away with it is Andrea Gertz off the face-off, gets it to Bolger, tied up nicely by Jenny Snickle. But she comes away with it. Oh, I thought they scored there for a second, but it hits the far post. Foley with it at the point, hits traffic in front. And now Rachel Michaels for the Cardinals. Gets it to center ice, too far for Lehman. Foley up the boards, too far for Zollers. That'll go all the way down, and it'll be an icing.
Good break for the Cardinals. There's White Bear again, trying to dump that puck in low and going after it full speed with a forecheck. Some really fast players also for the Bears, but that one just out of the reach, and luckily for Coon Rapids, another draw down now to the left of our new goaltender.
Laura Brennan.
Yes, Brennan's down there. We can suspect that she'll be coming out of the goal here within the next minute. They'll probably try to get it down there, get a draw, and get a timeout and set something up within the next 50 seconds. They're going to take it now, take it early.
Take the timeout now, and I agree with you, Jerry. I'd want to get it down and work off about another 47 seconds down to the last minute of the game and make Benson cover it up for a face-off in the zone, and then I would pull the tender.
Yeah, maybe Coach McKenzie right now is figuring, well, you know, you never know. I got a minute 47. I might as well take my timeout, get my my key players fresh, give them some more of a rest here, and talk about setting up how we're going to do this. So I guess there are a number of strategies, and you might figure, well, you know, you never know. You might not get another whistle for a minute 47. So in that case, it's a good decision. And but I'm sure we'll see the goaltender come out right around the 1 minute mark, or who knows? He might go for broke as soon as it gets down their end. We'll see. The joy of coaching from the booth. A lot easier up here.
That's right. Jerry Grant, the coach of coaches.
Coaches retired.
Talking a little bit before. In between periods, actually, with the head coach of the Anoka Tornadoes.
Yeah, Matt Anderson is getting ready for the next game against North St. Paul.
That's right.
Anoka beat Matamidi, right? And then North St. Paul was able to shut out Champlain Park, and they'll go at it to see who will take on the winner of the following game. I do believe that'd be Stillwater and Mounds View.
Mounds View, sounds right.
Great hockey today. 4 great games for the price of 1.
You going to stick around?
Well, a little bit for the next
hockey?
game. Full day. It's a lot of hockey. But I'm going to watch part of the next game for
Absolutely. You're already here.
How about you?
Oh, I'm probably going to.
That little guy there looks like he's here for the day.
He's here for the day. Face off to the left of Brennan. And once again, it's White Bear Lake coming away with it. Peterson circles in her own zone, now going far side. She's using the wheels. Into the zone. Knocks. Benson sprawls out, makes the save. Savannah Voss can't get it out. Foley kept it in. Christofferson will get it to the blue line. And there's an open net. Christofferson flips it just wide of the mark. And that is not the time you pull the goaltender, is when the opposing team is making a rush. The Cardinals trying to put some pressure on with the empty net there. Lindsay Anderson got across the red line, and her shot tipped up into the bench. And at what point did Jessica know that there was no goalie between the posts?
I don't know. Brennan was going one way, and Christopherson was coming the other. They almost hit each other at about the blue line.
Well, I was thinking with Jessica, you got Savannah Voss with you. It's like a 2-on-2. Slide it to Savannah. Let her try for the hat trick. Savannah playing great, 2 goals. Christopherson with a goal and an assist. The tender back between the pipes for White Bear Lake. Face off near center ice. Bolger gets it to the blue line. Lindsay Anderson kept it in, but Peterson sends it down. And Benson will cover up.
Peterson's hungry.
Peterson slammed in a little bit late, and she better be careful. She can find herself with 2 minutes in the box.
Like she did the last period.
And this is not the time for it. But now we've got 6 skaters on the ice for White Bear Lake with a face-off in Cardinal territory. 57.1 seconds on the clock. Good job by Rachel Axelson of stepping in to keep it at the dot. Rachel Michaels gets it out of the zone. Steiner turns it right back in.
Yeah,
behind the net, Lindsay Anderson for Coon Rapids.
Just like keep it on the wall, keep it on the outside for sure, and then if you can get it out of your zone, you got to get that.
Out. Foley doing a great job of stopping it at the blue line. Rachel Axelson behind the net. Tried to go to Rachel Michaels. Steiner keeps it in at the point. Rachel Axelson broke it up, got it to the point again. Foley stopped it. Eichten gets it to center ice. 4:20 seconds to go. Foley stops, passes back near side for Bolger. She loses the handle. Rachel Axelson gets it to center ice. 10 seconds. Peterson knocked away from her by Rachel Michaels. 5 seconds. Peterson into the zone, cut starts the front, the pass, Bolger shot, Benson the save, the Cardinals are going on.
Unbelievable, it was a great hockey game. White Bear Lake had 26 shots and the Cardinals only had 13, but Jordan Benson made some outstanding saves. And as we saw, Savannah Voss had 2 key goals, Jessica Christopherson had a key goal, and the Cardinals are going to move on the strength of great emotion and tenacity. You see the crowd really happy about the outcome of Coon Rapids here, and they're going to move on. And they might get a chance then to come up against the Blaine Bengals here in the semifinals if Blaine can move on, Joe.
Well, we will have post-game reaction right after this. Stick around. CTN Sports continues.
Usually road construction doesn't make the headlines, and who wants to hear about another crime? And does it really matter if a group of school kids are testing the water? But what if this all happened in your neighborhood? What if that road construction is on your street? What if that armed robbery happened at your bank? And what if those kids go to your school and that river runs behind your house? Wouldn't you want to hear about it?
Join me this month for Conversations, where my guests are Chris Helgen. He's a zoology major at Harvard University. And Carrie Rasek. She's the reigning Mrs. Coon Rapids, who'll be going for the title of Mrs. Minnesota International. And John Franks. He turned his hobby of ice carving into his own home-based business. All of these guests on this month's edition of Conversations.
Boyfriend wants to know if that girl will go out with him. Pass it down.
Hey, Grandma, ask the girl on the end if she wants to go out with this loner.
The young man wants to know if the girl over there is a donor.
Somebody wants to know if you're an organ and tissue donor.
Yes.
Hey, me too.
Are you a donor? Make sure your family knows your decision so there's no question later.
Welcome back to Centennial Ice Arena. The Cardinals victorious over the White Bear Lake Bears in the Section 4 girls hockey tournament. 3-2 the final score. Standing with me on the ice level is Jordan Benson and Savannah Voss, a couple of tonight's stars. And we'll start with you, Jordan. Big night between the pipes tonight. How'd it feel out there?
Very good. I was a little shaky at the beginning, but as it went on, I got into it. When my team picked up their speed and everything and started going, it was great.
Now, it seemed that a lot of times during tonight's game, especially there in the first period, there was a lot of traffic in front of the net that White Bear Lake was creating. How did you deal with that?
I just told my defense to help clear it out, do whatever they can to keep the puck away from me, and they did a great job.
Now, you fall behind, you go to the first intermission down 2-1. What was the attitude like in there?
Everyone was just trying to fire each other up because we knew we still had 2 periods left to go. We knew we could win.
And now you move on to take on the winner of this evening's game between the Blaine Bengals and the and Hale Murray Pioneers. Your preferences on who you'd like to see at the Coliseum?
We'd all like to see Blaine again. We'd really like to beat them.
Now you've lost to them twice this year. They obviously won the conference, but kind of the rivalry thing wants you.
Yeah, we weren't ready to. We're not letting them end our season. There's no way.
All right, congratulations. I'll move down and talk to the freshman or the 8th grade superstar Savannah Voss, and she's a little nervous, so be gentle. Savannah, it's really easy. First of all, the first goal, you're down 1-0. You came in off the bench, broke up the pass and walked in all alone. What were you feeling when that puck went in the back of the net?
Well, I was very excited. I couldn't do it without myself. Jessica Christopherson had a great pass, and I just put the puck in the net.
Now, you go into the end of the first period, you go into the locker room down 2-1. What was your sense of the feeling in the locker room?
Well, I just thought I was going to go back out on the ice in third period and do my best.
Now, you're headed for the Coliseum in St. Paul, the next round, semifinals of this Section 4 tournament. The Blaine Bengals, most likely your opponent. Your feelings on them?
Well, I'm nervous. I don't want to go against Blaine because
because they've beaten you twice.
Yeah.
So you're not quite on the same page as your goaltender here, who says they'd rather see the Bengals.
Well, no.
So you'd rather see Moundsview?
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations and good luck on Tuesday when you head to the Coliseum. Stick around. We'll be right back from Centennial Sports Arena right after this.
Did you do your homework? No. You want to copy mine? No, I'll do it at lunch. Took the test this morning. Do you want the answers? Nah, I handle it. It's a cheat sheet. Nah, it's okay. I don't need it.
Do the work, take the test, make the call yourself. Listen to the ref in your head. Cheating is a personal foul.
Do you know how to escape a fire? Well, would you believe you could learn the answer from a baby?
If you get caught in a fire, here's what you should know. Get down on your knees and you remember, please, to keep your body low. You just got to fall and crawl. That's all. And you get out of the fire. Fall and crawl.
Back to Centennial Sports Arena. The Cardinals with a 3-2 victory in Section 4 girls hockey tournament action. Standing with me now on the ice side is head coach Lynn Gunderson. Once again, sir, congratulations. How do you feel about tonight's game?
Great. Thank you very much. It's right now, starting at the end of the day tonight or tomorrow morning, there'll be 4 teams left in the region. I think that's an accomplishment for our kids, and we've let some of these close ones get away this year, and if you let this one get away, it's all over. But they came and they responded well against a very, very, very good White Bear team. They played hard. Probably, I guess sometimes coaches, there are people in the stands might say, well, we stole one here because they had the advantage. I'm sure you saw them taking more shots than we did at times, and but our kids stuck in there and played, and even though in the beginning of the third period they had an advantage, we didn't score. I'm sure you, as the well-traveled man that you are, you've probably seen teams when you don't get that, there's a letdown, and they came back harder and finally got one. So I can't sing enough praises for them, and one of the things that you guys have done so many games for us now, and I want to thank you. Our girls are getting to be kind of like your daughters, your close friends. They feel real comfortable with you, and I want to thank you people for coming out here on a snowy day and doing the job, and we really enjoy it. It's a first-class operation, and thank you. Thank you for all the things you've done for us.
Well, absolutely. We've enjoyed it as well. I've got to, of course, ask you, 2-1 down as you go into the locker room after the first period. But after that, the defense seemed to pick up. You kept them out of the net after that. And what did you say that really turned these girls on defensively?
I think that if I stood here and told you at this particular time of the season, anything a coach may or may not say isn't going to make a lot of difference. I don't know if you ever watch what we're doing. I have great assistant coaches in Mark Cotter and Rod Sandstrom, and they're making decisions. They're talking to the kids as they come off. And we just said that the goals that went in were really bad goals. We didn't make them work for them. We had the puck on our stick. We weren't talking, and just get the job done. And they responded and did that. I think maybe early in the season that somebody like myself may have ranted and raved a little bit more. They know it. They know that it's a bad thing. They just have to go play. We were just fortunate to be able to cover up for those mistakes, and otherwise those mistakes stick with you forever. Now they're forgotten. Who cares? Just go out and play the next one.
Now, we just spoke with the 8th grade superstar, Savannah Voss. She was a little nervous, but I thought did really well. How do you feel about her performance? She was just all over tonight.
Well, Savannah, I grabbed her in practice yesterday or the day before, and I said, you know, it's time to put the puck in it because she can score. She started out, I think, the first 7 games. I think she had a goal in every game. She went maybe 3-4 games here and hasn't scored, and we said it's time to do that. And she responded very, very well. Again, now I'm saying, as I told you before, what I say and what I do doesn't make a darn bit of difference. But we were just happy that she came out and played. The first goal was just a beautiful goal on her part. Second one, she got in the right spot, and Jessica put the puck over there, and it was really great. And those were the things. I think the second one is the one that you probably say, boy, that coach must really know it. He told those girls how to do that. The first one was an individual effort. But again, neither one of them, they just practice and they go hard and they do the right things. And we switched some lines around, so it's nothing. It's just they're coming out there and doing the things they have to do individually, and it was fun to see it happen.
Now you move on to the Coliseum on Tuesday. The Bengals and the Mustangs play later tonight. You would have to imagine, or the Pioneers rather, you would have to imagine that the Bengals, as the number 1 seed, will probably be your opponents. Your feelings on that game?
Well, it's a great opportunity for our kids. We certainly, if you're going to be playing, if you're going to lose, we don't plan to lose, we don't want to lose, but if you're going to go out there, you might as well have the very best. We haven't done very well against Blaine this year. Not that we maybe have played poorly, it's just that they're so doggone good. We will see what happens. It was just as soon as you say, well, you can't do any worse, well, maybe we can do worse. I don't know. We're going to go out there and play. Our kids are excited to come into practice. One of the things I want to say something here about our practice. Yesterday, the thing that made me feel so good about these kids and why they should deserve to win out here, yesterday we let the girls get done with practice probably 45 minutes early. We moved everything up so they could get to their dance last night. And not everybody was going to the dance. And I said, practice is done, you can go. And some of them went, and that's great. Some of them had dates and they were in a hurry. Well, there was a number of them, probably 10, who I said, you can go, and they simply wanted to stay and practice. Mark Cotter set up a little fun drill in the game. They wanted to stay. Now, I want to tell you, Joe, you played the game, and at this point in the season, if you've got kids who are still that enthusiastic, when you're going at the end of the season, after they've been through all the ups and downs, the bumps, the bruises, the coach is getting upset, you know, the teammate that's been upset, and they want to stay out there and practice, you've got outstanding young people. You've got outstanding, and good things should happen for them. They stayed out there. I sat on the bench, and I just giggled to say, this is what it's all about. And so I want to thank them publicly here to say this is, and I'm not criticizing people left. They have things to do. That's why we set it up for them. But the other kids said, we want to stay here. That's just outstanding commitment on their part. And that's the fun part of being behind a bench with them.
Well, absolutely. We congratulate you on a great season so far and tonight's victory. And we wish you the best of luck Tuesday night when you are at the Coliseum for these semifinals. And we, CTN Sports, will be there with you.
Good. Well, thanks again for coming down. You guys do a lot for us. And the girls, they just love it. And one of the things I should say here, these girls are making history every time they take the ice. This is, I guess, our 15th win. We've never gotten that category before. 15 wins. We'd like to up it a little bit farther. So I'm just really tickled that they were able to do that. And again, we look back and there's a few that got away, but these are the big ones that are there. It's the ones that you put on the stringer, the ones that you caught, not the one that you get away. So we're excited about it. We're excited about practicing. We'll be down there. Maybe, who knows what'll happen on Tuesday. That's Valentine's Day. You never know. Maybe they'll all be, they want to take off again. I don't know. But no, they'll be at practice.
All right. Well, we'll be right back with Jerry Grant and some final post-game wrap-up right after this.
You're mine. Chicken.
McGruff here. If a bully is bothering you, play it smart and try to talk it out. Or get away and tell an adult.
Well done.
For more tips, write for my new free comic activity book. Play it smart and help take a bite out of crime.
Look.
Okay, girls at 3 o'clock.
What is he looking at? They're looking at us. What do you think?
Oh, that's so obvious. Captain Obvious has scored again.
Oh, you want to say something? Oh, he's really gonna down.
Hi. Hi.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
As the American military gets smaller, who will be there to answer the call? They will. They're the National Guard and Reserve, and they make up half of today's military forces. As an employer, you may be asked to support their mission. Remember, their response depends on yours.
Back at Centennial Sports Arena, Joe Young and Jerry Grant wrapping things up after the Cardinals' quarterfinal defeat of the White Bear Lake Bears in the Section 4 girls hockey tournament. And Jerry, just a great game. The Cardinals just never let them, they were behind, they didn't let it get them down.
No, they didn't. They didn't let it get them down, especially in the second period. They really got outshot in the first period. The second period, they came out and they really dominated. They were only outshot by one shot, 7-8. And what they did is they really turned momentum on that, and that really helped them go into the third period where, again, they would not quit. The seniors really helped the youngsters out. And I'll tell you what, a key moment in the game, I thought, was the end of the second period. Jordan Benson made 3 great big saves right down here at this end, and they were able to turn around and get a goal right back on that, and that really was a key.
Well, another thing it was pointed out by Coach Gunderson is that the 2 goals both came in the first period for White Bear Lake, and both came with a lot of activity in front of the net. Both were rebound goals, and he said they weren't too happy about the way those goals were scored. And we saw in both second and third periods the Cardinals defense doing a lot better job of tying up the players in front of the Cardinal net and trying to move them away from Jordan Benson.
Yeah, and they did. And you couldn't see any more evidence of that unless you looked at the last part of that game again. You saw Peterson for White Bear Lake. She tried to do everything she could, number 20, for the Bears to get that tying goal, and the Cardinals just would not let her get into the slot and get a good shot.
So the Cardinals move on. Savannah Voss with a pair of goals, and Jessica Christofferson a goal and an assist. And they are on their way to the Coliseum and the semifinals of this Section 4 tournament to play the winner of Blaine and Hill Murray, which they play tonight, just a couple of hours from now. And but in all, you've got to imagine that Blaine is going to be able to take the Pioneers and move on to the semifinals. But you never know.
It's the playoffs.
In the playoffs, one mess up one time, that's all it takes.
And you know what? Jessica Christofferson just said it all. She was so excited back here saying, we've never been this far before. They're in the semifinals. They're really excited, and this is a great time of the year for playing hockey.
Well, we will continue our coverage of the Section 4 girls hockey tournament Tuesday from the Coliseum, but that's all we've got for you from the Centennial Sports Arena. We want to thank you all for joining us. For everyone here at CTN Sports, for Jerry Grant, I'm Joe Young saying good night.